Right now at 6, the search for clues after a North Side shooting, what one witness told us.
And La Crosse mayoral candidates receive major endorsements, what it means for their campaigns as the election approaches.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. La Crosse police are asking the public for help after a shooting on the North Side.
The shooting happening on Logan Street, leaving one person hurt. Let's send it over to News 8 Now's Allison Fergit, who is there live. Allison.
Ken and Emily, we're on Logan Street where we spoke with residents today about what actually went down.
This is the first time that something like this has happened, at least on this block.
Carson Westby has lived on Logan Street for the last 8 months.
Very nice neighbors, so wouldn't expect anything.
He says the neighborhood has always been relatively safe until Sunday evening.
I had my window open, I heard one gunshot, so I took a peek out.
Westby says he saw a group of teenage boys jumping another boy.
And then I heard another shot, and then I saw 3 run. And then the one boy was on the floor.
Witnesses say a neighbor jumped into action, helping the wounded teenager to nearby doorsteps. The neighbor and his wife applied a tourniquet to the teen's arm where he had been shot. Police arrived shortly after.
I didn't really hear any confrontation beforehand or anything. It seems like they came running from the school area this way, and then that's when the incident happened.
Westby and other witnesses say they didn't recognize any of the people involved and don't believe they live in the neighborhood.
I would never expect it to happen this close to me. I know there's been other situations around here, but kind of startled a little bit.
Westby says he's not worried about his neighborhood. Other witnesses agree, saying they were just unlucky it happened close to where they live.
I think it was an isolated incident. I don't think it would just happen randomly to anybody out here.
So far, police have not said whether any arrests have been made in this case. Reporting in La Crosse, Allison Fergit, Ken and Emily, back to you.
All right, thank you, Allison.
It's not guilty pleas for a Tomah stabbing suspect today. Monroe County Court entering those pleas on behalf of 18-year-old Leo Pugram. He faces attempted first-degree intentional homicide and first-degree recklessly endangering safety. Police say he allegedly stabbed someone during a fight on Glendale Avenue. He'll be back in court next month.
Well, more legal action for a UWL student facing sexual assault charges. 19-year-old Logan Zdanowicz was in court today. A judge ruling the case will go to trial. Zdanowicz's lawyer also asked for a change in the judge. Zdanowicz allegedly assaulted a woman at a dorm in Locks Hall after partying with her. He's free on a $5,000 bond.
A partial defeat in court for the woman accused in a child's death. A La Crosse judge denying Josie Dykman's attempt to dismiss a child neglect charge. She still faces 3 felonies, including first-degree intentional homicide for the death of 6-year-old AJ Pedron in 2023. Dykman has pleaded not guilty and is out on a $50,000 cash bond. A jury trial is set for August 11th.
Still no word on what caused a house fire in Onalaska. It happened yesterday at Cole Court. It took fire crews a little over an hour to put out. Everyone was able to get out safely. The fire left the home severely damaged.
Federal authorities are investigating a plane crash near the Rochester airport. Olmsted County sheriffs say the small aircraft went down last night in High Forest Township. The wreckage was found in a wooded area. The pilot was the only person inside the plane and was able to walk away from the crash.
We saw a record-breaking warmth move across the area this afternoon. Almost everybody seeing record-breaking highs out there. 71 for the high temperature in La Crosse, 69 for the high in Eau Claire. A gorgeous day, plenty of sunshine. We do have a little bit of a cool down coming up as we go into tomorrow, but it's going to be very brief and warm back up as we go through the end of the week. Here's a look at our current temperatures right now. It's about to be a very nice evening. If you have an open evening ahead of you, I would highly urge you to get out there and enjoy it. Still holding on to 70 right now in La Crosse, 64 right now in Eau Claire. Winds are still a little breezy. They'll continue to die down as we go into the evening, but we could get some higher gusts as we go into the overnight period. It's also still dry out there. We have dew points currently sitting in the 30s. And that combined with those wind speeds that we mentioned, still blowing around 15 to 20 miles an hour, creates a low fire weather risk. Definitely something to be aware of tonight. Don't want to be burning anything, maybe just going for a walk and enjoying the nice weather. Otherwise, we have some more moisture coming in at the end of the week and another warm up coming. We'll have some cooler temperatures tomorrow, but don't freak out. It's going to get warmer again and everybody will be happy by Friday.
Out anyone.
We're going to hold you to that. Thank you, Nicole.
City Brewery getting a parking brake in La Crosse. The Board of Public Works reversing its plan to end a parking lease deal over an odor. It said the brewery wasn't doing enough to stop the smells coming from a leak in their plant's roof. The brewery now plans to make a fix this year.
The Onalaska School District chooses its new superintendent tonight. That's according to a Facebook post from a school board member. The board is meeting right now at the district office. Those finalists are Dr. Rainey Briggs, Alicia Olson, and Ben Barton. We'll have more details on the announcement tonight at 10.
In the La Crosse mayoral race, Chris Kalo picking up an endorsement from Vicki Markison.
Having the support of Vicki is really important to this campaign. She's been a leader here in the community for a very long time. We have worked together on a lot of projects and issues, and so I am really, really inspired by her support for me.
In February, Markison was 45 votes short of beating Kalo in the primary.
And Shondell Washington Spivey racking up the backing of former La Crosse Mayor John Medinger. In a letter to the editor in the La Crosse Tribune, Medinger said Washington Spivey won't just sit in the 6th floor office at City Hall, but will be out daily among the public hearing what they have to say. Washington Spivey was the top vote getter in the February primary.
Federal funding cuts were on the table at Representative Tara Johnson's Westby roundtable this morning. The state lawmaker gathered school superintendents and business owners to discuss the Trump administration's unprecedented funding freezes and how to respond. Johnson presented her bill to provide state backup when Washington dollars disappear as rural communities feel the squeeze.
The state government has a role to play in trying to respond and protecting Wisconsin families, protecting Wisconsin businesses, protecting school districts, counties who are recipients of those federal funds.
Education, housing, and agriculture programs face the deepest cuts.
There is frustration and fear for Wisconsin farmers over President Trump's tariffs.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk has a closer look.
Farmers in western Wisconsin are concerned over Trump's tariffs. They say it's something that could hurt their business, communities, and eventually consumer pockets.
Wisconsin farmers are bracing for the effects of a trade war caused by tariffs imposed on Canada, Mexico, and China. These countries happen to be Wisconsin's top export markets. One farmer says a trade war would be detrimental to family-owned farms.
With our crops, especially soybeans, it's going to really hurt. Majority of the corn grown in the U.S. goes to Mexico, and if we have tariffs with them, it's going to hurt us, and it's going to be a tax on the rest of the people.
Last week, President Trump said the tariffs will protect farms.
Goods that come in from other countries and companies, they're really in a bad position in so many different ways. They're uninspected. They may be very dirty and disgusting, and they come in and they pour in, and they hurt our American farmers.
But in Wisconsin, farmers are worried they'll lose their market shares for good, leaving consumers to cover the cost.
The farmers we spoke to say they're preparing for the worst but hoping for the best. In Berry Mills, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers today bringing his state budget tour to UW-Eau Claire. Evers' budget includes $1.6 billion for brick and mortar projects across the UW system. The visit comes weeks after the State Building Commission approved projects to renovate and replace several UW-Eau Claire buildings. He says while those approvals take longer than he would like, they are necessary investments.
I would say this should have been dealt with a lot earlier, but a lot of competing campuses looking for the same thing, but this is obviously a really important one.
Evers' budget plan also includes $194 million for Phase 2 of the Prairie Springs Science Center at UWL, but that project has not made it past legislative approval in almost a decade. Still ahead, relishing the rhythm, an Independence teacher going the extra step to share his passion for music.
Your life, your money, your way. Ultra's A+ accounts are made for you. No monthly fees, no minimum balance, no hassle. Now that's something to dance about. What are you waiting for? Open an account online today.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Right now, get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
This is Curtis O'Brien, a convicted felon. He sexually assaulted a 5-year-old Wisconsin girl multiple times. Judge Susan Crawford could have given him 60 years in prison, but she let him walk. 2 years in prison. That's it. While his victim lives with the scars forever. She even let the predator live across the street from an elementary school. That was Crawford's choice. Another dangerous decision from Susan Crawford, putting all our kids at risk. She's just wrong for Wisconsin.
As a teacher, I think it's important that students here in Wisconsin become proficient and ideally strong in math.
We need to keep teachers like you here. That's what motivated UW-Madison's Wisconsin Teacher Pledge program.
By covering the cost of tuition, the Teacher Pledge enables us to teach in areas and subjects where we're needed the most.
We're working to fill these gaps, and those who benefit are the youth of Wisconsin.
When we stay in Wisconsin to teach, that's a win for everyone.
One Wisconsin, on Wisconsin.
Looking for a new ride? At Ultra, we know some family members are pickier than others. Apply today at driveultra.org and find a ride that makes everyone happy. No payments for 90 days. Driver tested, puppy approved. Ultra Federal Credit Union.
Top Notch Teacher is sponsored by Viterbo University and Dahl Honda.
A music teacher in Trempealeau County has a unique opportunity to share his passion across his school district. Here's this month's Top Notch Teacher. In Independence, Corey Camaro's school day has a certain rhythm.
He is the one and only band, choir, and music teacher here. He does it all.
The conductor for every student's musical journey.
I start the students in music, and if they continue, I can see them graduate in music. And to see that growth and maturity develop over time, I think that's what really keeps me doing what I'm doing.
He's been doing it for 8 years, and his music room encourages students to enjoy finding their voice.
It also allows for students to be able to go and come in here at the end of the day, and if we want to practice more, he gives us time to practice and helps with one-on-one in case we just are struggling with something.
When he first started, Camaro noticed some students couldn't start their journey because renting instruments was too expensive.
I didn't want a student to miss out on being able to do music.
So he went the extra mile.
Supplying instruments for kids that maybe would otherwise not be able to participate in his band program.
Camaro wants to offer the same support that his family showed him from a young age, because it could lead to something very special, like a full circle moment years down the line.
This is my yearbook from when I was in high school when I graduated. I already knew then that I was going to go into music. To a top-notch student musician and son, best of luck in becoming a future top-notch teacher.
Mission accomplished. To nominate a top-notch teacher of your own, head to news8000.com. In our top left menu, head to Features and then click Top Notch Teacher and fill out our nomination form. We'll have more news ahead, but first.
We saw those record highs today, but we have a little bit of a cool down coming tomorrow. We'll have even warmer temperatures by the end of the week. How warm are we going to get? I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Save $100 off each window and door, plus an additional $500 off when you purchase 10 windows or more, plus no interest financing available.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy filet-o-fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Hurry in and get 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Firefighters Credit Union has been offering home financing since before the advent of the internet. We have brick and mortar here in the community and have been around for nearly a century. With over 50 years of experience between Matt and Troy, we're local lenders here for you that you know and you trust.
Everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to Bygoff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
We saw those record breakers out there today, and we're still holding on to very warm conditions as far as for this time of the year goes. Still seeing 70 degrees right now in La Crosse, 64 right now in Eau Claire. If we take a wider view at it, some of our friends down in Iowa actually saw the upper 70s today, so everybody got a little treat of this warmth. But we do have some colder weather on the way. You can see a cold front off into northwestern Minnesota that is looming, and it will be making its way into the area later on this evening. It's going to bring some cooler temperatures. As you can see, Grand Forks right now is sitting at 26 degrees. It's also going to be bringing some gusty conditions. We saw that light breeze throughout the afternoon today. It's going to lighten up a little bit as we go into this evening, seeing wind gusts more towards 20 miles an hour. And then as we go later into the nighttime, we'll see another round of some stronger wind gusts. Here we are around 1 a.m. seeing wind gusts anywhere from 25 to around 30 miles an hour overnight. That'll continue on to trickle into your early morning hours, but really a lot of it will just be a nice breeze. At 8 a.m. we're still seeing wind gusts around 25 miles an hour. By the afternoon tomorrow, a lot of those winds should either be calm or just lightening up. So we'll finally get a break from those breezier conditions that we've had, and we'll continue to see lighter winds all the way through Thursday, thankfully, because we've had a couple breezy days back to back now. Look for tomorrow's highs, again, cooler than we have been the last few days, so it might feel a little bit chilly for some of you out there, especially after a 70-degree day, but we're actually still above normals. For the high in La Crosse, 49, 43, or excuse me, 44 in Eau Claire. So again, a little bit chilly compared to those 70s, but still above normal for this time of year. And then that's not going to last too long. We have our winds swap back around to be out of the south going into Wednesday, and we'll see highs getting back into the near 60s for some areas south of I-90. Otherwise, everybody else at least getting into the mid-50s out there. So another nice day, and it's only going to continue to warm up as we go towards the end of the week. We do have some rain on the way. It's going to take a little bit to get here. We actually have a mostly dry week ahead, not really seeing rain chances until we get into the daytime Friday, and even then a lot of that is holding off until the evening hours, especially overnight going into Saturday as well. So let's take a look at it. Here we are around Friday morning. We're going to be staying dry, possibly picking up a few light showers throughout the afternoon, but that main strong low pressure system is going to be making its way on up into the area, giving us our first chance of showers later into the evening. Here we are around 9 p.m. and that'll continue on into the overnight period. Could see some heavier showers with this. You can see a lot of that is really staying just to our south, but we will definitely be seeing widespread rain throughout the night, even into Saturday. As we get to the back end of that low pressure system, it could circulate some colder air, and with that, a couple flurries going into Saturday night and possibly into Sunday morning as well. Also, a slight chance for some severe possibilities with this system. It's looking like we could possibly see some thunderstorms. As you can see, that more probable area is off into southern Missouri, but taking a closer look at our area, we're right on the edge of that possible chance for severe weather. So definitely something to be looking towards. Again, this would be happening late Friday going into Friday night. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly widespread rain into Saturday and the chance for some of us to see some snow. It's definitely going to be very windy though. It's a very strong low pressure system, and once those pass through, you get those winds to ramp up, and then the temperatures fall again after that, but we'll still be right around average. We've just been really lucky the past few days.
We sure have.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, Banks to the Bay. One of the top interior offensive linemen reportedly agreeing to a contract. Plus, the Caledonia Warriors preparing for the state tournament later this week. Hear why they're ready for the tall task that lies ahead. Jacob is next.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
When my sister was murdered 15 years ago, Brad Schimmel kept his promise to us. He told us he was going to get us justice, and he did. When I see these commercials attacking him, I have a lot to say about that, because Brad would kneel next to my mom and hold her hands. And you're going to tell me that's a person that doesn't care about victims? I'm sorry, that is not true. Brad puts victims first, and that's the type of person that should be in the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Slow or clogged sink, toilet, or main drain? Maxwell White can help. Ask about our $99 mainline drain opening special. Includes a free camera inspection. Address the root problem now to avoid costly repairs or future damage. Call or book online today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
We have got one area girls basketball team still standing as the Caledonia Warriors will take to the Minnesota State Tournament later this week. It's the first time they've been there since 2019, and this year's squad is ready to make a statement. The Warriors will enter the state tournament with a 27-3 record on the year. They're averaging just under 60 points a game while holding their opponents to just over 30. They're a team that takes pride in their defense and hard work, and now they've been rewarded with a trip to Minneapolis.
It's really surreal kind of getting to the state tournament, realizing it's like our last few games, but I've been dreaming of this moment, so I think it's kind of like a goal was really accomplished.
It just feels really good because, you know, all the hard work you did paid off, and it's just so good to win with your team.
Now Caledonia will have their biggest test of the year ahead, a quarterfinal matchup against a fantastic Minnehaha Academy team. Head coach Scott Sorensen says the Warriors are up for the challenge.
They're extremely quick, they're athletic, they're going to spread the floor and try to dribble drive at us. They've got a 4,000-point scorer in Addie Mack, and so we got to know where she's at because she's really quick. I like the matchup because, you know, again, anytime you're at this level, you just love being there, but you love the matchup because I feel we can compete with them.
Now, Minnehaha is the 3 seed. The Warriors are the 6. This one set to start on Wednesday at 8 p.m. at Maturi Pavilion in Minneapolis. Busy day of moves in the NFL with free agency officially getting underway on Tuesday. And the Packers joined in on the fun as they agreed to terms with former Niners guard Aaron Banks for 4 years and $77 million. The interior offensive lineman allowing just 1 sack last year and 4 quarterback hits was all. And he was regarded as one of the top players at his position in the free agency market. Many believe this move will slide Elton Jenkins over to center. And the Minnesota Vikings will have a new man under center next year as Sam Darnold agreeing to a 3-year, $150 million deal. with the Seahawks. Seattle recently traded Geno Smith, last year's starter, to the Raiders, and now Darnold enters the fold after throwing for 4,319 yards and 35 touchdowns a season ago. One source says $55 million guaranteed, and he'll earn $37.5 million in 2025. Seahawks went 10-7 last year, but did miss the playoffs. Also should mention, Packers also signing cornerback Nate Hobbs, who's a former Raider, 4 years, $48 million. So a good DB that can tackle as well. So busy day.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold sure made the most of that 1 year starting with Minnesota.
That's
quite a payday.
That's a big payday for a guy that was not really sure if he's going to make it in the league.
Yeah, his career was in jeopardy after the Jets debacle. So good to see that.
Yep, good for him.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right, Nicole has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
Huh. Looks like the Millers got some new furniture. And the Garcias? What? The Tippleworths? Orange Days. Honey!
Orange Days are here. Ashley's biggest sale of the year. Don't miss it.
A new walk-in shower, safe and convenient.
A beautiful new entry door.
A lovely pergola or patio cover.
New windows that wow.
Your dream kitchen.
New siding to transform your home from old to new.
Whatever your plans, the 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store, brings you all of these at the lowest price of the year.
Visit our 8-building showroom on Copeland Avenue in La Crosse. Visit our website.
Call 608-782-8877.
The 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Don't miss it.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Qualified lessees can get this Equinox EV for around $319 a month. Plus, current eligible Costco members can get up to $12.50 member-only incentive.
Huh. Looks like the Millers got some new furniture. And the Garcias? What? The Tippleworths? Orange Days. Honey!
Orange Days are here. Ashley's biggest sale of the year. Don't miss it.
Well, here's a look at some of the records that we broke today. I couldn't include every town because it feels like almost everybody broke a record. I'll have a more detailed overview of everybody that saw record breakers today, but it's a safe bet that you probably broke a record today. A very nice warm day, a little bit cooler tomorrow, but we have temperatures coming back up pretty quickly and getting back into the 70s on Friday, so nice day.
All those bright graphics and bright Easter suits. So optimism is so high right now.
Isn't
I
it?
love it.
All right, thank you for joining us at 6.